Okay, so December 29th, and it warmed up a little today. It's going to get even warmer tomorrow, so I'll be getting into my mentor's hives tomorrow. This says it is 62.9. It's probably about that. And I'm not lying, 67 mites. I swear, 67. Exactly. Now, if I looked underneath, I might be able to raise that up a little bit, but I think this is day 5, so I think, well, I'm prepared to give them another treatment. They're still flying right now. There's the feeder out front. Cut to that real quick. There's a few bees out there. There's a bee hopping around. What are you doing? This one's probably ill. I'm gonna go look at the other hive, which I can't remember if it's on day 2 or day 3. I think it's day 2 because I had a real high count yesterday on the other hive. 210 on the other hive, but they're flying out front to the honey station out there, out in the other yard, in the front yard. All right, just hose this thing down. Dry it off. Let's put a little DE on there. A little diatomaceous earth. Just a sprinkle. It looks like the reflective backing is wearing off of this. And where was that wet one I just had? Under here? Yeah. Give it a little extra clean. We're going to do another treatment over here. I think that's the wrong way. No, that's the right way. So we're going to put this back in and then we'll check it tomorrow after 24 hours. Look at all those flies. A bunch of flies attracted by the honey smell. Little tiny ones, little like fruit flies. Alright, I will be back here after I go take care of the other hive for a bit. Screw it, I'll just let it roll. All I need is this and that. I think. They'll stop flying here in a little while because it's getting cold. So it's low 60s. Let's look real quick what the temps are. Let's look here. So it's 62.5. We're on Hive 1. So right now it's almost 75 degrees in the top, 63.6 humidity. And then let's look, where's the other one? Hive 1 brood. So this is, actually it's on frame 5. I was wrong earlier. It's almost 80, it's 78. Humidity's high, 82. Once again, what are we? 62.5, so it's a little cold, so I'm just gonna go in the top. Don't plan to dig any deeper than that. All I want to do actually is take a quick look at, oh, I forgot the rubber band thing. I knew I was forgetting something. Let's look at they're still working on the fondant, that's good. Oh, I've got something for that. For their feeding, I got, so we don't smash any bees. I've got some Kirkland brand. They're pretty good at not getting smashed, but that'll help them. And oh, look, they're sneaking up underneath too. Hoo-hoo. Sneaky little girls. Uh-oh. There's one that didn't make it. That does not look fresh either. Alright, and I should be about out of liquid. Not quite. I see there's some visiting. I'm not going to refill this. They're going to just get fondant until the next month or so. There's my thermometer right in there. That's the one I was just looking at. So I'm going to cover this up. You can see with the condensing hive, there's no moisture up top, even below that that last layer. It's condensing hive is where it's at, man. So there. And these vents, I don't need them winter or summer. I don't, it's hot. Here, where I live, it gets really hot. Was it 2 years ago? A couple years ago, there was some 118 degree days. So I don't need to bring in heat. I let them control their air conditioning and heating, because they do it better than any other animal, I think, or any critter. Especially, I mean, no other insect. Jesus. Anyway. So, that's going to be a permanent deal there. This is not Reflectex either. I use this in the RF industry for antennas on fiberglass vehicles. It offered up what's called a ground plane. This might have been just, it might just be for air conditioning and ducting. But anyway, I can't find my reflective tape, so I had to go to this stuff. So let's look how sealed this is. There's a dimple. See the dimple here? There should be a couple other. So it's pretty full. I don't need to. I was thinking of adding another double bubble and just taping it in, but I think I'll pass on that. What's crazy is, see, you know, they say it's what, R5 or R7, but with the light coming through there. I mean, it's just little tiny pieces, but like on my other one, I've got a white lid that you can totally see because it's just a little, oh, I see why there's a little bit of diatomaceous earth. But there, now you can see the light coming through. So I mean, it's good insulation, but wherever there's little dimples or handles, this is a wood. So, but on the Ergo, it's got all these indentations front and back and all that. So I guess I'll do that rubber band next time. Or maybe this time. I'm going to stop it and get that rubber band. Alright. You back. Oh look, it's retarded. Okay, now I think we're back in the right orientation. I don't know why vertical is so popular. I guess if you're a young buxom girlie doing jumping jacks on herself, that could come in handy, but that's about all I could think of. Okay, so I got this stuff, Amazon, for my sweatpants that fall down. If I put anything in my pocket, they start drooping. So anyway, I bought this for that. So I'll measure off a little bit here. Gonna do this on both ends. I don't have a flame handy. But this is what my thought was. On this inner one that I have trimmed, I was just gonna put this stuff around the bottom of it. See if I could make that happen right there. And then that kind of tucks it in down on the very bottom. Kind of gives it all, I don't know, probably a big nothing burger, but do that, tighten that down, and then I just gotta go like this. Probably just once is good enough for what I'm doing. That's probably about all I need to do. Yeah, that's it. It's not coming loose. Give it a little tuck or two. I don't know if that's doing anything. You see the bubbles or the bumps from the lid. And so that's that. This hive is good for a minute. I think 2 more days. I really love the handles. I bought these extra handles from Apimaye, and I looked at like the hardware. I'm like, screw that. They're a good price. They're nice, and I just put them on the wood box. I got my foam over it, but back somewhere in my history, I did a video of or two of me putting those on, where I added like a 3/4 inch plate of wood to make them flush with these this old wood hive. Oh yeah, I haven't looked at the bottom board. This is day 2, I believe. Ooh gosh, ooh gosh. Let me do a count and I'll be right back. So 210 again. I think that's what I had yesterday. There's a couple of them. It's 205, and then I found about 5 more underneath here. Also, there's some of that little black poop pellets. Let me see if I can zoom in on some of that, which I suspect is hive beetle poop. There's a little piece right there. There's another little piece of poop pellet. Not a lot. There's another little poop pellet. And that's in the front. So I will be on the lookout up there. Unfortunately, I'm working. There's a little fruit fly or something. There's on both hives, there are those. Tomorrow, well, I might be able to get in here before my mentor wants me to go check the cutout. We're gonna feed and probably open it up and look to see, because those ones I did rubber band frames with brood. I'm really curious on how that turned out. And then, so I think I had, was it 4 frames of brood, and then we added 6 frames full of honey from her hive that absconded. And I'm curious about that too. Hopefully there's not pests. So there'll probably be another video on that excursion. But, dagnammit. So these gals, they've got 2 more days before I treat them, I think. This is day 2. So I'm gonna wait till 5 days. I think I'm on the 5th day on that one. I went 2 days. It rained real hard the day after I did that, and then I did a treatment the day after that. So I'm all geared up over there to apply the oxalic acid. These are showing their wear, but they're holding up. Let me see. Oh, let's look. I think I'm gonna go ahead and, even though this hive being wood, it really doesn't drip water on the board. Oh, also, this is not as wide as the ergo. The ergo goes side to side, so I think any water that drips down the sides doesn't even hit this. That's what I'm betting. I'm sticking to it. That would be why. And there's some of the Reflectix is losing its Reflectix. That other board, a lot. So I got some fresh stuff here. DE, diatomaceous earth. If there's any, so I got this little bit here that any of those other pests fall down, and well, right now with this, it could protect them. Like a hive beetle could land down here and crawl off. But what I'm hoping is if the hive beetle does, it'll get caught up in a little bit of DE around the edges. That's why I always look underneath. So, done with this hive, I'm going to go back over to the Ergo hive. And we will... So this is all sealed up now. You probably can't see it, but the double bubble seals up those vents quite nicely. So it's actually now probably about a R3 rating. I bet there's an R1 with the plastic, the Etsy cover, and then probably an R2 from that double bubble and tape holding it in. So I love the Apimays, but I'm hoping that they probably will. They listen. You know, now they make a cover. It's on a hinge. I've got that on a hive that I'm going to be doing some walkaway splits with. I'm going to try to cut it in half in the spring. It's another wood that I roughed up the inside, and I'm going to build a separator board. I don't know why that stopped, but I'm going to try to do 2 walkaways in that and have 2 hives in it. That one also has the hive gate bottom, so it'll be kind of cool. We'll see how that goes. And then I got my stuff I put back on top. I don't know how much this helps, but it does, I know, keep the rain deflected off of it directly. Random. Sure it does a little bit. Okay. Gonna go do some OAV over there because most of the bees are home. There's some birds doing their weird stuff. If they do that thing where they'll clump in the top of the trees, and like thousands of them sometimes, and then they all take off and do their little, I don't know what they call that, where they all do the same turns and stuff. Looks really cool. It's that time of year. Okie dokie. I got my muffler on. Waiting for that to go solid. I added 2 or 3 drops of water to this 2 days ago. And boy, it makes a difference. Look at that. Beauty, eh? So just put in a pill bottle. Works every time. And I'm gonna pull my plug out down here. My Teflon, I got like a 3/4 inch Teflon piece that slides in the hive. I think I have one here. Right there, 1 inch long. And I drilled right through the plastic, and then I used a high temp RTV around it to hold it in. It's actually angled up as well, so we should be getting close to hitting them with the sauce. Oh, I gotta put my glove on. Lift that up a little. Actually, let me put the glove on first, because last time I did this, I I lifted this whole monstrosity up. Got my Michael Jackson glove. Shimmound! Woohoo! There that goes. Just lost my Bluetooth ear. Guess I'll go in my pocket. I don't know, my ears must be defective. Them Bluetooth things never work. They always fall out. What's taking so long? Come on. Shimmound! Shimmound! There's a brand new charge. I just charged this. There we go. Just charged that battery. So I'm standing to the side. Give it a push or two. Fast blink. I'm gonna go around the front and shut the door on them before they start running out. I'll have to look at this later to see if I see any vapor coming out. Let's see here. There's a little bit I see. See how much is still squirting out. And it's still coming out. I see a little bit of vapor. I really can't see where I'm shining this. It's going back to a slow blink where it's warming up to the next charge. Let's see how we're doing. Full 4 grams takes a little longer, but it looks like we pretty much blew its load. There's always something. A little bit more. Oh, it's heating up again. If I were to do it again, I probably wouldn't buy the light. I would probably buy the new one they got, even though I'm just a hobbyist with a couple hives. Actually, I don't regret this one. It takes longer to do its thing. So go ahead and clean it while it's still hot. Yeah, it was pretty much done. That piece is super hot. Now this is really hot too, so once again, not in front of your face. It's so hot when you put that on, you can see steam. That's how hot it is. Now, real strong. That's where this wants to pop off into your face and splatter you with boiling hot oxalic acid and water. I always check the tip because I was having problems with that clogging until I went to the Teflon insert on the hive. I had a small metal grommet that was what I think cooling down the tip. So wood or Teflon is all you want to go through with that. You don't want a metal. I saw somebody actually mention wanting to do that. I tried it and it did not work well. So there you have it. They just got another 4. We'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, this is super hot. This maintains heat right up there, so if you're doing the Michael Jackson glove, you got to be careful. Yeah, it's still hot. Most people would have said owie. That's distilled water. Right there. Got to get all that little crystals out of there. Oh, I got to put my 1/4 inch plug back in. And we're all done. Until next time, let this stuff cool off. Even with this. Oh yeah, I got a small Teflon too. Check this one. 50 cents at the hardware store. And that will go into the front of an Apimaye. My mentor has Apimaye woods. Let me take this crap off here. And so rather than melt her entrance, I was going in through the drone entrance, but with that I can go in through the bottom. Go through the drone entrance, you're about a 1/2 inch higher up, so you're actually spraying right into the frame. And that's the thing. If you really can, you want to get into the bee space underneath the frames. I was also thinking about doing something through the red cap, which is covered, the pollen trap cap, but that's too thin. I actually bought I drilled one of the ones I had and bought another red cap for $5 from Apimaye, but it's not thick enough. That would be an excellent place to inject it, but it's not. It's less than 1/4 inch. It's less than, I think, probably less than 3/8, or maybe about 3/8. The thickness of the pollen trap board is all it is. So that did not work. And with this, I actually, this frame sticks up about here, so I actually went through a little bit of the bottom frame when I did that. If I do it again, I'd probably try to go center and maybe angle it down and try not to go through the bottom of the bottom frame and below the actual bee frames, down in the bee space, and it would squirt all the way across underneath. Okay, that's it for now. Happy New Year's.